Hi everybody, Mike Lee Kanarek. Movement is life. It is Sunday mid-morning. Sunday for Kanarek family is baseball day. Michael is playing baseball over there. I want to do a video today about the OREV-5132, the knife I designed, and this is going to be a quick one. There'll be a much more in-depth video, more professional looking, like just I'm at the baseball field today. I'm in a great mood. Yesterday I did a knife fighting seminar at one of my favorite black belts, Frank Latella, in Boynton Beach. So yesterday a few people looked at my knife and asked a few questions, so I figured out I'd do a quick video. Okay, so the OREV-5132 knife was actually born on the set of The Deadliest Warrior a few years ago when I was in California filming for Navy SEAL versus Israeli Commando on Spike TV, Deadliest Warrior. Okay, there was a scene where there's a knife scene, and I had to attack this plastic look-alike humanoid dummy, and I approached it and I touched it, and I noticed that the texture of the dummy was tougher than an actual human body jugular, and I said to myself, I can't do my favorite engaging technique on this dummy. It might not work, and then it's not gonna look good. My favorite technique to attacking the throat is what we call a stab, hook, and slash. When I touched the dummy, it was a little bit too rough of a texture with the rubber, and I didn't think it was gonna work. And I said, man, I wish I had a knife that's not a K-bar at the moment, because I was representing Israeli commandos with K-bar, because for many years Israelis have been using K-bars, because the tip of the K-bar is almost like a Bowie knife, and I didn't think that it would penetrate deep enough to do the hook and slash, and I aborted the technique, and I ended up doing a slash and stab instead of stab, hook, and slash. But at that moment I said, man, I wish I had a knife that could pull it off. Okay, so that's actually when the OREV-5132 was born, because my head went to work. If you know me, as soon as something gets in my head and it becomes a mission, I'm gonna continue getting that mission till I get it. Okay, so I start going to work and I started designing a knife, and the knife that I designed is called OREV-5132. Is a knife that you don't have to switch for each range of combat. For an example, you have long range, you have middle range, and you have very close range. Different systems call it different things. I call my close range DXCQC. DXCQC stands for Deep Extreme CQC, like you're deep inside the pocket. Then you have middle range, where you actually both sides connect, and then long range, which is more of like the knife sparring or the knife fencing distance, where that's the long range. Okay, so for many years, it'd be like, if I do long range, this knife is better. If I do middle range, this knife is better. If I do close quarter range inside, this knife is better. And if I hold a reverse grip, this knife is better. If I now hold a regular grip, this knife is better. And if I'm working using the walls, this knife is better. If I'm working not using the walls, which in our system is trench fighting, this knife is better. And I wanted to design a hybrid knife that you do not have to change the knife for different environment, different logistics. Once the knife is deployed, you actually can flow from long distance to middle distance to close distance, using walls, not using walls. So the knife is completely. Also, the knife also can be used in riots, because the way I designed the spikes on it, the way I designed the angle of the reverse grip, so you can stab and you don't, in somebody in the throat, you don't have to pull the knife to continue to the next attacker, multiple attackers. You can stab and punch through because there's an angle, this and that. So I really, it took me a long time to formulate it in my head first, and a year ago I actually started drawing it. A year ago I started drawing it. On May 1st, 2019, the drawing was complete. On May 1st, 2019, the drawing was complete, and I started approaching knife companies to see who can help me produce it, and I end up doing a shatap. A shatap in Hebrew means a collaboration project with LOTAR Combat, which is an Israeli knife production company run by a gentleman called Nir 300. His nickname is 300. He comes from a counter-terrorist unit in Israel, a very high-level counter-terrorist unit in Israel. We connected the dots between the two of us. We ended up finding out we actually grew up in the same projects, the Russian projects in Israel, in the same neighborhood, and everything just fit together. And I gave him the drawing, and we start working. With the corona, with this, that, and that, it took over a year for the knife to actually come into fruition, and I have it here in my hand, and I'm going to introduce it. Okay, so this is going to be a fast video. I'm not going to get too much into the details, but so you understand the mentality of the knife. Okay, so this is the OREV-5132. This is the Deadly Warrior model. It's full size. It's overall 9-inch. There is also a Ghost Warrior that's a smaller model. If you look at it like that, you can see it's a smaller model. This is the Ghost Warrior. I'm going to cover today the video with the Deadly Warrior knife, the bigger one. Okay, so number one, the curve of the knife. When you hold the knife in regular grip, the curve of the knife is a scimitar-like curve. Persian, that's the knife I like the best, because with our method of teaching knife fighting, the slash and stab and all the combatives, the scimitar curve is actually the most effective one for how we fight with knives in long distance, in middle distance, and in the XCQC. Okay, so if I had that knife on the Deadliest Warrior, I would have did a stab, hook, and slash because of the scimitar curve, and because both sides are sharp. I'll show you in a second. Basically, the tip of the knife is completely sharp. Okay, this is a D2 steel. It's called hyper black finish. I call it like a battlefield type of worn finish color. The handle is G10. It also has anti-slip grippers lines, so almost like the handle of a gun. So this curve is scimitar. Okay, that angle here is straight, and if you look at, there's also an angle right here. This is not sharp. This is extremely sharp. This knife is razor sharp. This is not sharp. This is sharp. Okay, so there's reasons for that. It will take me 20 minutes to explain on the video, so I can't. But that angle is so if I stab somebody in the throat, I don't have to pull the knife out. I can stab in the throat and punch through when I'm in reverse grip, and it will basically slide out, and I won't have to take the knife out. In multiple attacker riot situation, mob situation, I can engage multiple attackers much faster from one to the other. Not only that, when I exit the neck and I punch through, I punch the next guy, and I have spikes on each side when I punch for the reverse grip. Okay, not only that, these things here make sure that you will never slip in. In other words, if I stab somebody and they got body armor and it didn't go through, it will not slide into the blade. So I made that specifically like that. All right, so basically you have a scimitar curve. This is a straight curve, very similar to knives that are like tanto, this and that. You hold the knife regular grip, you got a scimitar angle. You switch to reverse grip, you have that angle and that straight sharpness for the work on the inside DXCQC. So that's a quick overall of it, so you understand a little bit the mentality of the knife, what I put into it. And the most asked question I had so far, believe it or not, is what is this hole right here? Okay, this hole is actually a measuring distance hole, to shoot missiles. Okay, OREV means Raven, and my unit in the IDF was OREV Golani, the Special Forces unit that dealt with the TOW missile, guided missile. And you need to understand the distance. Because the missile gets charged in the air only after 500 meters. It's not effective before 500 meters, so you have to have like a distance that you know the missile will not be engaged. So that's for that. Okay, this has nothing to do with knife fighting, nothing. It has just to do with my history, my combat history, and my unit history, and that's why also it's called OREV-5132 knife. So I put it in there. So this is more like a vintage Mike Lee Kanarek, like it's got here. But you can use it to put a lanyard, so you secure it in your hand. All right, this is a quick introduction to the OREV-5132 made by LOTAR Combat. They will be available very soon on his website. They're not available on his website yet. We first 100 of my instructors, black belts, are getting them because they pre-ordered, but to the public they'll be available very soon on lotarcombat.com. It is a magnificent knife. It is a knife that you can fight long distance, middle distance, close distance. You don't have to change the knife. You don't have to, oh, I'm going to fight inside, so it's better I have a karambit. Oh, I'm going to fight long distance. It's better I have a long tanto or a K-bar. No, you can use this knife on all distances. It will work for you. And there's features in here that are very Agana specific for how we fight. My Agana practitioner, this knife is like the knife. If tomorrow the God would say to me, you gotta go into hell and you got 30 seconds to find the devil and clip his fucking balls out and bring the balls, this is the knife I would take with me. The OREV-5132. Quick review, guys. Quick, like, give you the information. It is Sunday, gorgeous day in South Florida. Movement is life. I'm gonna go back over there and watch Michael play baseball. Have a great day.